Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new video. We are
Aliens
aliens
in
in
the
the sky.
sky.
I'm Sky.
I'm alien.
And today, guys, we're doing a kind of a special episode for you guys because we just came back from seeing
Obsession.
Obsession. And, guys, I'm telling you right now, it was a documentary about my life. And, I really related to the character because, I be going through a lot of shit um, personally.
Who?
I don't want to name names and out the person because I love and care about them very much. So
Wait, no. What the fuck? Who do you relate to in the movie?
I relate to. I don't want to say I relate to Bear because he's a piece of shit, but I relate to the Stockholm syndrome. I relate to these tendencies that Nikki was portraying. Shout out to the actors who played Nikki. She did a stellar fucking job. Really sold the movie, and I hope she wins Actress of the Year and wins all the Oscars. But today we're watching a kind of a little breakdown synopsis of the movie and why it's so horrific and why so many people are literally just like calling this the horror movie of the year. I want to take it away to the horror queen herself because every single horror movie we watch together, she literally won't be quiet because she points to me out all the
I was
inconsistencies.
pretty quiet during
Yeah,
this one.
she really was.
I
So
feel like, did
take it
you
away.
see this?
Yeah. So take it away.
Oh, what am I taking away?
What is your takeaway of the movie?
I fucked with it. It was pretty good. Like we didn't go deep dive into it.
Yeah.
But no, I liked it. I liked it. It wasn't terrible. Do I think it's hereditary worthy? No. But I think it was really great. And I think it's one of the best horror movies that we have. I think most horror movies are lame as fuck. Like slasher movies or Annabelle or The Nun, The Conjuring, all of that shit's lame as fuck, you guys. Yeah, to me, I think this is something that I like it because it's like it's not here to like rely on jump scares. It's not here to really rely on like I guess the gruesome stuff cuz like they wasn't using the gruesome like blood and all this other stuff to be like this is carrying the film, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because there's definitely films like slashers that the story can fall apart. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like Jason, all that other good stuff. He's gonna smile because he was meat, right?
Oh my gosh,
He's so
guys.
tired of me saying that word. He's saying about everything.
Everything that I like.
And this is why he's saying that he relates to Bear. But
Yeah.
anyway. But anyway, yeah, I just think they're really bad. I don't give a fuck about like the Jason shit. I don't give a fuck about like the Freddy stuff. What is it? Friday the 13th, Halloween. I think it's all stupid and lame and it really just relies on the deaths cuz yeah, and like we've talked about it.
Yeah.
I just don't really like it. I know that you've, like, broke down to me, like, a couple of things, like, it's really the supernatural of it all, like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? But, like,
Mhm.
to me, it's just, like
Mhm.
like, I guess, like, it adds to the story, but it's still
Yeah.
just lame. So, as much as I love horror, and I'll watch it too, um it's pretty often I don't like the actual movies, you know? I like the
Yeah.
concept of it, but I don't actually like any of like, a lot of times the movies. So, the fact I can get a good movie
Mhm.
where you can, like, keep up with the story,
Yeah.
is not relying on jump scares,
Yeah.
is not relying on the blood, it's actually relying on the story. Because like, way before this movie even came out, I remember telling you, like, that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're doing it, you know, so props to that.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy about that. And I really want to go see it again. And it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went and watched it together and it was quite a special moment because everybody and their mama has been telling me to watch it, and when we first started hanging out, I was such a baby to horror movies. But I eventually started like finding my way into it and like started watching every kind of genre of horror, not only like slasher, but psychological, disturbing ones, like zombie ones, like all that stuff, supernatural ones. And then so like now my little level of expertise is up, but when I'm with Alien, like she's super critical with them. And
Nope.
yeah, so
First of all, I'm critical with everything.
yeah, no, but like this is like your baby. Like horror is like your favorite shit. So like when we watch movies together, especially horror movies, like I can't even enjoy it because you're like, look at this. And then I'm like, oh shit. Like
But
now
it helped because, like,
nah.
he doesn't like he said earlier, he was, like,
uh,
too scared to watch horror shit,
Yeah.
and with me talking and being like, "Dude, this is actually, like."
Dude, you are on it tonight. What the
But yeah, it just looks lame as fuck. I would point this stuff out, and yeah, now he just like he's able to peep like, oh, this does look lame, or oh, this doesn't make sense. So it doesn't
Yeah.
even really scare him,
Yeah.
and so he's able to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when we were watching this movie together, um, it was honestly pretty surreal to me. I know it sounds so dramatic, but like seeing you on the side and you're not rolling your eyes, or every other second you're telling me, well, that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And then like we actually let the whole movie play through. Pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And there was one scene where you jumped.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one it was, what happened, but I remember you
It was when
jumped.
he went into the bathroom after he was like, "We need to go freshen up."
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, because I
yeah.
was like, "What the fuck is about?" Like, what's going on?
Yes, yeah,
But it's just because like the loud noises and I could barely see what was happening
yeah,
from the angle that we were at.
yeah.
So
So I knew this movie was going on a generational run, and I obviously had to watch it with my horror queen over here because
generational run is crazy.
it is, bro. Because I feel like she's gonna be winning all these awards, and like people are gonna start aiming to this movie and be like, this is the standard of horror now that we need to be putting it off to,
I hope so.
because it was very low budget
hmm
and it's outselling so many high budget movies.
I feel like weapons walk so this movie can run, but go off. So did
Oh, I
Hereditary.
love Weapons,
Yeah,
and Hereditary was
because
crazy.
honestly, like Hereditary is technically what started all of this, right? But we're gonna also say that it was ahead of its time type shit.
Yeah.
So it can't really be the start. But because of Hereditary, weapons happen. And I feel like because of like didn't just weapons come out actually?
Yeah, it came out like
So this was probably
yeah.
already happening at the same time.
Yeah.
So it is Hereditary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, and I'm here for it, and let's get right into it, guys.
Hey, what's up? So, Hereditary keeps coming up, whether it's people saying this is the scariest thing since, or director Curry Barker himself citing it as a major influence on his style. What I really love is that I understand what he's saying, but Obsession is not so similar that it's glaring. Barker manages to keep his influences not as on the sleeve as someone his age usually would. Obsession is a real one of one for me, and I've seen it twice now, and both times I'm just as affected by it. By its darkness, its erratic energy, its humor, its dread. By just about everything it offers, and by every metric I want to judge it by, Obsession is as close to a perfect horror movie as you're gonna get this year, I can almost guarantee. If you don't know, Obsession is the latest nightmare from writer, director, actor Curry Barker, a man I've seen on my Instagram feed for years now with his great sketch comedy channel That's a Bad Idea, where he makes short videos with his friend Cooper Tomlinson, who also appears in this. I did not know the extent of Barker's talents until Milk and Cereal, a short found footage horror he uploaded directly to YouTube. From there, it was clear Barker had had the ambition and raw talent to be a legitimate filmmaker. At 26, he's already pretty prolific between his sketches, his short films, whatever we're calling Milk and Cereal, and now Obsession. I'm realizing in hindsight, the proof has been in the pudding. And the pudding of Obsession has so much proof in it, it's like a proof-flavored pudding. And even that's putting it lightly. Sorry about that. Obsession is about Bear, a shy guy who is scared to tell his friend Nikki that he has feelings for her. After looking for a necklace to give her in like a spiritual spirit shop, he comes across a One Wish Willow, some novel magic shop item from back in the day. You get one wish, you break it in half, and then the wish comes true. You've seen Twilight Zone, you've seen Needful Things, maybe. You've seen this premise a million times. So Bear says specifically, I wish Nikki loved me more than anyone else in the fucking world, and snaps the willow. Immediately, his wish comes true. Obsession is a simple, age-old classic monkey's paw story, but executed in such a fresh and exciting way, it manages to feel like something brand spanking new, and I love it. With a premise so well trodden in the past, I knew that for this movie to succeed as something unique to itself, it had to explore something deeper. It had to be about something else. And Obsession is a movie about unspoken feelings. The truth we feel, but due to insecurity or fear, we keep those thoughts to ourselves. And those unspoken truths can cause far more trouble than if we'd spoken them in the first place, no matter what happened. Bear has so many opportunities pre-wish, but does not take them. Nikki even asks him point blank, do you like me? And Bear just cannot bring himself to admit it. This brings me to my first humongous compliment I want to give Curry Barker. There is an ambiguity to the dynamics between these four main characters, Bear, Nikki, Ian, and Sarah. Just four co-workers at a music store. All four feel fleshed out and real, but something that real people do is lie and keep secrets, or at the very least give half-truths that belie how they really feel, unmaliciously, even to the people they care about the most. Barker has written four characters that all do this, and from the start of the movie, we as the audience are finding out what these four characters really feel about each other and what's going on under the surface. Spoilers from here on out, I'm just gonna say. So Bear is not telling Nikki he likes her. Nikki is not telling Bear how she feels about him. Ian is not telling Bear he's been casually hooking up with Nikki for a couple years. Sarah is not telling Bear she likes him, and so on. I love that these secrets being revealed are not huge or life-shattering. They are just simply a product of how we treat each other, especially in casual relationships or casual friendships like coworker relationships. Not revealing something to spare someone's feelings because you think it's the right thing to do. But if Bear had just said he liked her and rolled with whatever response she gave, it would save all of these people loads of trouble. And I think the way Barker wrote this all to play out was brilliant, sharp, and relatable. Now let's talk Nikki. I am already so sick, by the way, of seeing thumbnails about Obsession saying, Bear is actually the villain. I bet you idiots had no clue. As if that's some galaxy brain take. While being intentionally ambiguous and hairy, it is in the text of the film that Bear is doing a bad thing. It becomes so clear in two scenes, two of the best scenes in the movie, actually. First, the scene that gave me the sharpest chills in the movie, the phone call. You've probably seen it in the trailer, but the scene where Bear calls the support line to not cancel the wish, but simply alter it, that's your first clue Bear is doing a bad thing. But when the man on the other line asks him if he wants to talk to her, and you just hear blood-curdling screams coming from Nikki, and Bear now understands that the real Nikki is being trapped and tortured in some other realm, every choice he makes after that is bad, selfish, and ill-intentioned. The second scene that confirms Bear's the fucking bad guy is when Nikki is asleep and the real Nikki is talking to him, begging him to kill her, and he says, "Is it so bad being with me?" But what Nikki says after is so effective it made me a little sick when she says, "But Bear, I haven't been with you." It's not Nikki that he likes that he's with. The wish worked, but Nikki isn't who loves him. The wish Nikki loves him, if that makes any sense. Now I want to praise both Nikki as a character and Indy Neverready who plays her, because the performance is what makes the character so compelling and terrifying, not just with her over-the-top crash outs and screaming. But more so, I think about those first moments post-wish, when Nikki seems to be being reprogrammed by the wish itself. Her eyes, her facial tics, her flip-flopping between emotions. Indy plays having your brain being rewired by an evil entity specifically designed to appease another person better than I've ever seen it. And to be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen that before. It's a perfect symbiosis of character and performer. One could not exist without the other. Michael Johnston as Bear is also walking a razor-thin line with his performance, really emphasizing the pathetic in sympathetic as the movie goes on. We root for him, especially at the start. We've all been there. Those unspoken feelings hiding behind teeth on the tip of the tongue. But once all hell breaks loose and Bear is reckoning with what he has done to her, we see him trying so hard to make it work, but obviously it can't. He is in denial for the majority of this movie, and his fear of talking to a girl becomes a fear of having to die in order to save her. And his self-preservation goes right up to the very end of the movie. He never redeems himself. Even when he's taken all the pills to sacrifice himself and overdose, he doubles back and attempts to throw them all up. A coward right up until the end. It's crazy. Even though, yes, Bear is the villain, something I haven't seen a lot of people discussing is that Nikki, and I mean the real Nikki, pre-Wish, is not the amazing angel Bear thinks she is. She's stringing him along, she doesn't seem to actually care that much about him, and is telling Sarah that she friend-zoned him and fucking his best friend. Nikki is still innocent, don't get me wrong, she doesn't deserve any of this, obviously, but I found it interesting on rewatch just how disinterested Nikki is in Bear once we finally meet her. We have all this buildup of the opening scene in the diner, and we must think that she's some kind of amazing fucking butterfly. But I found it interesting on rewatch how Bear views her and how she might actually be the more we get to know her as the movie goes on. I think Barker picks a perfect point in the timeline to bring us into this story. I think he wrote these character dynamics incredibly well, and I think that's the secret ingredient to making Obsession hit as hard as it does. These might seem like thinly drawn characters on the page, but the performance and the implied lore between them all makes them far more interesting than it seems on the surface. I also would love to shout out Taylor Clemens, the cinematographer, who shoots every single scene with precision. Whether it's the deep black shadows covering Nikki's face in the night stuff, or the warm, glowing, fuzzy lighting in the day stuff, you always feel either on edge or lulled into a cozy but claustrophobic stupor. Also, shout out Andy Richter. There was a huge jump scare when he showed up. I had no clue what he's doing in this movie, but super glad he is. There's so much more I could say, but I think I'll leave it there for now. Please comment what you thought of this movie. Was it effective for you? Were there things?
So your thoughts?
So what he's saying is like basically further proving our points of like why this one is like really it's separating itself from all the other horror movies.
Yeah.
Because it's not only coming down to like the story effect of it, but also the cinematography and then the way the characters are paced and fleshed out, and they feel like believable, real characters.
Yeah.
And we talked about this after we saw the movie. Mind you, guys, when we walked out of the theaters, we literally talked about it for like 3 hours and so on.
Yeah.
Just literally
For the rest of the night.
yeah, for the rest of the night, trying to come up with like theories about it.
And
'Cause
what we thought,
yeah.
what this meant, this
Ca-
and the
yeah.
other. It's like genuinely, like I think Bear went back to being obsessed with her because I think it started with him really being obsessed with her.
Yeah.
Like maybe not to the degree of like where he added in his wish he added the words of like in the world, right?
Yeah.
But I think that he was obsessed with her because like if you think about it, what she was doing to him of like just staring at him and like
Yeah.
admiring him at like different points and blah blah blah, he was doing that to her.
Yeah.
And like he didn't like, but we weren't framing it that way. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But like I think I pointed this out to you as well, that obviously at the end whenever she went and made her wish that he was obsessed with her now, like it felt like he just returned back to what he was in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was like so easy for him to do it. Like, whoa, like I'm back here again because I already
And like
had
the way
felt
that he
this.
looked at her and
Yeah.
like stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I
You could
mean?
see it in the eyes, man.
Yeah.
And I think we were talking about this when we walked out, like Like, I'll be honest, like, as much as, like, a lot of the movie gets credit, I feel like it would not have hit at all if, the actress didn't fucking clutch the fuck up with the whole performance because what made the only thing that made this movie scary was her,
Yeah.
because you didn't know what was gonna what she was capable of, especially as it kept progressing and getting more intense. And that's a very scary factor in any situation, like even in real life, where like if you have this person that has an unpredictable pattern, it's very scary.
Yeah.
It's very scary because you don't know what the next lash out is gonna be. You don't know how intense it's gonna be, and you don't know how.
Peep, you guys, that at the beginning he said that he felt like Bear, by the way.
And you don't know if you're gonna be safe
He's
or not.
literally just clocking me right now.
You don't know if you're gonna make it out of the situation alive. And it's fucking compelling as a watcher. Like you're literally on edge. And because I don't really get scared of horror movies at this point anymore. Like it takes a real fucking kind of like thing to do it. But I
He
think
doesn't like demonic possessions.
that's like my one thing that I'm like, ugh. But there's a lot of horror movies where they just make it look stupid
Yeah.
and really dumb and
Like
played
The
out.
Nun.
Yeah, and it's just like horribly done. It's just like, dude, there's nothing here. Like I know what you're trying to use, but another thing that like made that separated this movie is the nuance and ambiguity of it all
Mm,
because we we hate I'm speaking for both of us, I guess, when like the movie spells it out for you.
yeah.
Like it thinks you're a 10-year-old.
Like before we watch this movie, we watch Old.
Yeah. Oh
And we
my
were
god.
talking about that, and it was like, now this person is dying. And oh my god, the person over here, their cancer is accelerating.
Guys.
And now the kids are 50 years old.
Like everything like characters don't talk like that. Like human beings don't talk that way. So if you talk like you're just trying to move
The plot
the plot
along.
along, and it just feels so unnatural. But the thing that made us talk about it for hours after the movie is that we had to interpret it. We had to
Yeah.
kind of put the pieces together
Yeah.
and things that they didn't really explain. And that makes a really good movie because if it's kind of left up to your interpretation, dude, you could that could run miles, bro. Because there was a lot of stuff that we talked about that we saw it differently. And we're like, wait, what the hell? Like, I didn't catch that.
Mhm.
And then we come to like a kind of a conclusion of like, well, if you think about it, they said this. And then did you see the way that they were looking at each other? That's masterclass movie making right there.
Yeah. I just think it's a little bullshit that the director said that's not demonic possession.
And you have
That
a
is
theory.
just a wish.
And you have
I
a
think
theory
he's just
why.
full on shit on because like all other movies are like that. He just wants to feel different.
Right. He
I don't gotta say it aggressively like that, but it's true. Go off. You were about to clear it up for me because
He-
I told you already the deep dive.
Yeah, so basically like if everybody just labels it like a demonic thing, his movie will get thrown this big blanket and it's just like, oh, it's just another demonic possession movie. But since like he wants to be his own unique thing, when the interviewers ask him, so it's a demonic possession, right? He's like, no, it's actually just a different personality unlocked. And then you were like, wait, that doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
And then you proceed to tell me why it doesn't.
Yeah, because okay, yeah. So like everything that he just said, that came out of my mouth, you guys, not his.
Yeah.
That came out of my brain, I promise. But
She
the
doesn't want me to
reason
take credit.
I have to, dude, because I was breaking it down to you because we were watching another video that was like saying like the director said like, oh, it's not about demonic possession
Yeah.
and it's not about magic and all this other stuff. But I looked at him and I was like, dude, that has to be bullshit because at that scene where he asked for like, the billions of dollars, you know what I mean? It just manifested.
Yeah.
So you're telling me like, like this just manifested out of her, but it's not her. It has to be a possession. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah.
Yeah, no, I think he was like he was sniffing his own glue. at
Yeah.
that point, and I get it. I kind
I
of
just don't think that he wanted his message to be like, lost behind
yeah.
the title of, oh, this is a possession, but I think it really is a possession.
I think I agree with you because I think that's what he didn't want to get like pigeonholed to,
Yeah.
or like when they put you in a box. And I kind of see it from there, so I also think he's kind of full of it. Oh, I was gonna ask you
Because he could have just said a different answer, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like or he could have just played around, just like not
yeah,
answered
not
at
comment
all.
because a lot of directors do that where they're
Yeah.
like, I don't want, I want to leave it up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, let's just leave it up to interpretation
yeah.
type shit. What was your favorite scene?
So my favorite scene on the movie that sent sent chills down my spine along with Astral Dior was the crying in the corner scene because it was not because like, oh, she's like, oh, it's that scary thing at the edge of your room. That's not what scares me. It's the fact that what they did in this movie, which was so peak, was they played with what is that makeup style called again?
Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, Uncanny Valley, because and I didn't know it was that, but when they were showing her face, it looked like her face was distorted. And it looked like to me, it looked like her face was like melting, and but she was like really sad and depressed, so it looked like her face was just
She
gonna
looked like my high school math teacher. I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie to you.
Yeah, because that's how they'd be, bro.
Yeah,
Let's be
no, they
honest.
do.
They're depressed and shit.
Aw.
Yeah. Just dealing with them damn kids, bro.
Oh,
Fuck
dude.
out of here.
No, I get it.
That scared the shit out of me because, like I said, you didn't know what Nikki was gonna do next. So I'm
No.
thinking she's gonna crash out and she's gonna like, first of all, high pitched screams like that
Yeah.
at night, like that's just so unsettling.
Yeah.
Cause it's like it's coming out from a human, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, but are you actually a human
Yeah.
at that point? So
Yeah.
that's what scared me.
And it was the fluctuation of like the voice.
Yeah.
Cause she would get like real like and
Yeah.
then it would be like, go back to sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
Like super fast
Yeah.
too.
So what was your favorite scene?
You guys are gonna think I'm disturbed.
Okay.
Okay. And my favorite scene is when she was busting Sarah's head on the brick.
Oh yeah.
Cause I'm a crash out too.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just like things that are like crash outy, like the things that get more intense.
Yeah.
So it's either that scene or the scene where she like takes her tattoos and be her type shit.
Yeah.
Because it's just disturbing.
Yeah, it's really they like ramped it up high on that
Oh, dude,
one.
I just love shit like that.
Yeah.
Like whenever I was watching Talk to Me, I
Yeah.
forget what. There's like one scene that's like really gross and disturbing, and I like it because I'm like, oh, that's so cool. But that's the reason why I like horror movies, you guys.
Yeah.
Cause like literally, we were watching The Monkey at one point, and he was telling me how ass it was, and oh, sorry, how buns it
How
was,
buns, bro.
and I had to tell him like, stop. We need movies like this. We need because for me, I really like unique deaths.
Yeah.
And so if you can make it unique, I love it. And they had at least a good unique death in there. My favorite death in that one was like the bowling ball, like after it moves, you can see like the brothers like splattered brain matter, blood, skull, blah blah blah, but you can still see his like eyeballs. And
Yeah.
it was reminding me of Parasite the anime.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, dude, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's hitting.
Like that's even the reason why I even watched the other movie together. Because like the
Right.
dogs were morphing. And
Oh man.
Parasite, the dog morphed to have like the wings.
Yeah.
So like I just like disturbing stuff if it's cool. Like if I showed you guys the corner of my room, there's like dead animals in jars. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's her little niche. That's what got her.
yeah.
And I'll say this. In the beginning of the movie when Nikki was fucking uh coming in and out and like having like these little fucking like little unique moments, I'll say. She Alien kept turning to me and said, "Me, me." And we couldn't stop laughing for a lot of the movie, dude.
Because she was doing shit that I was doing, like even
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
do that
yeah,
shit
yeah.
all the
It
time.
was almost spooky, guys. That's why I'm saying this shit like this. But no shade, we're not gonna call it out.
I promise you guys he's fine, by the way.
I'm fine.
And let them know, yeah.
I'm speaking in Morse code with my blinks.
No. It's like underneath here I have like a knife.
Yeah.
Let them know you're fucking
Okay,
fine.
okay.
Anyway, we're just kidding.
Anyways,
My
guys.
hands are up here.
Anyways, guys, the movie was a 10 out of 10 for me. What would you rate it as the horror queen herself?
I think it's an 8 or a 9.
That's pretty fair.
Listen, my favorites are Hereditary and Us. So, well,
Mhm.
actually, I really like Midsummer too.
Midsummer.
Like it's in a good ballpark because like Hereditary, Midsummer, and Us is like movies where you're still out. It's like not. It doesn't feel like it's within your world.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
without it. Like
Yeah.
the conversations that they have aren't like, oh, I could be having this with my like friend next week type shit.
Yeah.
But the movie that we watched yesterday,
Yeah.
obviously Obsession, it feels that way. So it's pretty up there,
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, I really like the other movies because like even though it did a lot, like it did great, it did a lot. Like nothing's perfect, right?
Yeah.
As I'm about to tell you that Hereditary was perfect.
It was big.
It was peak, yeah. But I think it scared me more, you know?
Oh, dude, that movie fucking terrified me.
Like this one was like, oh, like I like this one because it really had me like in my head, like, oh, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
Where is she about to come from? What is about to happen here? How would I react type shit or whatever.
Right.
But with the other one, like Hereditary, like there were parts where I was like physically, I don't think I can handle watching this.
Right.
Like the mom cutting off her head, or whenever like if it was like you could hear the banging,
Yeah.
but then they switched to the scene where you can actually see like her banging her head on
Yeah.
there, and that scared me. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Because I was like, whoa, like what's going on up there?
Right. Yeah, no, that was really intense.
Yeah, so like stuff like that for me is like kind of what scares me. And but like I said, it's like they did really great on the plot. They did really great on how to execute it. The actors and actresses did really great. Like it's great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm over here acting like I said it's a 5.
Yeah. No, you gave it a good rating.
Yeah. It's a definitely 8 or 9 because like I said, like that type of stuff, like the surprising like visuals for me are kind of what gets me.
Yeah.
And I guess they had that. The one scene where it was super surprising for me was when they cut to the scene, they go back to she just killed Sarah. He goes back to his house and you see Sarah on like on the chair.
Yeah.
She's naked and she was de-scalped or whatever. And so like that was like, oh, like that's something that like it didn't scare me, but that's like intriguing to my brain. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, like I like genuinely wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
But like everything else that I was expecting was like plot based, you know.
Right.
So I think that's what they could have leaned more into, like stuff like that,
Yeah.
or maybe in the background. But she also didn't really kill that many people.
Yeah.
But also it might be a horror movie, but it's not really about killing people for
Yeah.
this movie as well. You know,
It's not a slasher.
like you thought that it was gonna be. Tell them what you thought it was gonna
I
be.
thought it was gonna be a slasher where it's a psycho like girlfriend who kills all of her boyfriends and she's obsessed with them to the point she kills them. Mind you, I didn't watch any of the trailers. I'm basing this off of like screenshots and like just the title of it. And I'm so happy when I'm always proven wrong, and it's like some whole other shit. That's why in today's day and age, I don't watch trailers anymore because then they just give away the whole fucking movie.
Oh yeah, they don't know how to
Yeah.
do trailers anymore.
So I was really great. So we kind of both went in it blind, huh?
Yeah, because you told me about it.
Yeah.
You were like, you need to go see it,
Yeah.
and don't already go in there hating.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I was like, who are you talking to?
Oh.
Ooh.
Watch your tone.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways, guys, that's it for our little synopsis of the movie.
Anything else that you have to say?
No, just thank you for shout out to the director and everyone involved in this movie. We need more cinema like this. And also shout out to the people like that are actually going out and watching this movie because there's people pulling up literally watching it multiple times in theaters.
Oh, that's gonna be me.
Yeah, and
Because I need to break it down.
yeah.
I have a question for you though. Do you think like this movie is gonna hit? Like whether you're watching it on your laptop or at home, or do you think it's gonna be one of those movies that it hits
Only in
in the
theaters.
theaters, but when you go home, it no longer has that same oomph?
Well, there's a lot of movies that are like kind of made for cinemas specifically,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like this is a movie where you could like if you're watching it at your house alone,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, bro, that would fucking hit. Or if like
Okay.
you're watching it on maybe a Halloween party or something, that shit would
Mm.
hit. Um, I think it could last beyond cinema, but I will say like the cinema gives it a huge special like
Yeah.
because it's so fucking like you feel like you're in there
Yeah.
almost. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys let us know what you thought about
Yeah.
Obsession if you've seen it.
Yeah.
And if you haven't and we spoiled it for you, do you think that this sounds like cool or do you think it sounds stupid? What's
Yeah.
your thoughts about it from like what we've presented so far?
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Would you guys consider this the horror movie of the year?
Hmm.
Because I went to go see Backrooms. You haven't seen it yet. That was my horror movie of the years, and then I saw this, and I was like, okay, bro, now I can't decide, because this is another level.
Mhm.
So I'm really happy for the horror movie genre, and I'm happy for you, mainly because that's your favorite genre, and I like a lot of genres.
And I don't like shit.
Yeah, dude, it's really hard for her to get into something. And so this is great. A1 plus, guys. Let's give it up. Give it up.
You guys, we upload every Monday and Friday. Tune in, lock in, check in. Amen.
Leave a comment and subscribe, guys. See you guys later.